Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Kitchen Court Cases, where we watch court in my kitchen. It's the morning. I'm here, I swear. Anyways, guys, we have one short hearing this morning for us to watch. It's a civilian warrant application. You know these are always juicy. I'm just gonna warn you right now, as with a lot of court that we watch, there's not a really nice ending for this one. I'm just gonna tell you now. But I thought it was worth watching, and I really love this judge, and she is sassy. So, if you are just joining us, please go ahead and clock in, making sure to hit that like or dislike button as we take attendance. And I am going to get it playing here. We should be totally done in time for all of us, including myself, to head over to Credence and Mikey after this and watch their 10:05 show. So let's get going so that we are done soon. I see you all in the chat. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I am not ready for the camera yet. I have not had any coffee. So let us continue, or let us start, as a matter of fact, not continue, rather start. Thank you. Okay. Also, we normally ask the question, what did you have for dinner? And if you didn't like what you had for dinner, go ahead and tell me what you wish you had. But let's make that breakfast today. Tell me what you had for breakfast. If you didn't like what you had, tell me what you wish you had. I am really looking at some toast. Oh, Mayor, you're right. I gotta get you your million. Okay, let me get this going and then we will make it happen.
This is a warrant application hearing calendar. What that means is that you either apply to get someone arrested for what you believe is a crime, or B, someone has applied to get a warrant against you for something that they believe is a crime, or C, you are someone believes that you are a witness to a possible crime. If you are here as a witness or just as support, I do not hear from you during the calendar call. If the person who wanted you here today to help them prove their case would like to call you as a witness if their case goes to trial, then we will hear it at that time. But I do not hear from witnesses at the calendar call. The only people that will answer the calendar will either be the attorney that is answering on behalf of their client or the person who is here for the warrant application hearing. If you are either the applicant or defendant, wait until the proper time to make your announcement. If both parties are present, I'm going to have you go into a private breakout room and talk to one another to see if you're able to resolve your case. If you are able to resolve your case, then I will usually take the resolutions first before I have other hearings. Typical resolutions that people might have, sometimes both parties will agree to stay away from each other, or one person will agree to stay away from the other person. Sometimes someone will agree to pay a dollar amount that the other person believes is owed to them. Sometimes the person will agree to pay for a medical bill, if there's a medical bill in question, whatever it may be, people will make an agreement, and then if the person abides by that agreement, then they will dismiss the case. And if the person does not abide by that agreement, then they can always bring the case back, is usually what will occur with these resolutions. The reason I encourage the resolutions is because typically someone has to go first and someone has to go last. Cases can vary in the length of time that they take to be heard. So sometimes we're here for hours, and someone always ends up going last. So if you are able to resolve your case with a resolution, you'll be able to go first and get out and get done. Secondly, people typically are more likely to do something whenever they feel like they're part of the process, versus being acted upon. So both people get to have their voice and their input heard. Lastly, this is just a warrant application calendar. What that means is that you are applying for a warrant or someone's applying for a warrant against you. All it does is start the criminal process. It can take a couple of years sometimes for cases to get to court. There is a 2 year time frame before that it even has to begin prosecution with a case. So just be mindful of that, that it could be sometimes years before you have resolution. And that's another reason to encourage doing a mediation or some type of agreement with each other. Also, I don't do punishment. So even if a person is arrested, they'll typically just be processed through. And then again, it will probably be 2 years before there's any type of movement in the case. If you are here as a defendant, you have several rights. You do have a right. This is a criminal proceeding, so anything that you say can and possibly will be used against you in a court of law at a later point in time. Also, you do have a right to counsel if you wish to hire counsel. If you think that you might qualify, well, we don't do public defenders at this phase, but if you think you'd like to hire an attorney, you can always apply to see, or see. You can always have an attorney represent you at this juncture. You do not have to testify because, again, anything that you say will be used against you if you are eventually charged with a crime. And also, these are recorded hearings, so it can be recorded and used against you in a court of law. You do not bear a burden of proof as a defendant. The plaintiff or the applicant bears the burden of proof. They must show that it's more likely than not that you did whatever they allege that you did. If they can't meet that burden, then I will rule in favor of the defendant. So again, what I'll do briefly is just go through the calendar. At that time, I'll allow you to unmute yourself and you can let me know if you're here and if you're present. Also, I ask that you remain muted until it's time for you to be heard. It's typically a little difficult to hear um, because of the Zoom feature, more than one person at a time. So I will have to ask that you remain muted until it's time for you to share. So the first case, and give you 1 second so I can unmute you or give you the ability to unmute yourself. Last thing before I get to that as well, this is still very much so real court, even though it's virtual court. So please do not speak out of turn. If you need to get my attention, you can use the hand raise emoji or you can raise your actual hand. I will get to you as time allows and as the movement of the calendar allows. Also, don't do anything in virtual court that you could not do in physical court. Eating, walking around excessively, laying down in bed unless there is a medical reason that requires you to be bedridden. And if you are addressing the court, I will need to be able to see you in order to go forward with your matter. Um, and again, just remain muted until it is time for you to make your announcement. The first case that I have on the calendar, I see the plaintiff is present, is Janice Johnson present. Janice Johnson. Janice Johnson Craig, are you present? I don't see Miss Janice Johnson Craig. So we'll hold to see if she appears. And give me just 1 second so I can write this information down.
This judge is no nonsense. You don't want to mess with her. I'm happy to hear all of you that are listening along.
Okay, the next case I have on the calendar would be Jasmine Booker, and I see Miss Booker, and then also Santricia Jordan is present. So what I'm going to do is place the two of you into a breakout room, press accept or join to go into that breakout room so that you could talk with each other about your case. If you're unable to resolve it, you can come back into the main session and I'll hear from you as soon as I can. But you can press accept or join so you can go into that private breakout room to talk to one another to see if you're able to resolve your matter without needing a hearing today. The next case I have is
I apologize, Your Honor. I'm Ekebe Curry on behalf of Miss Shatarica Jordan. Can I be sent to that breakout room as well?
Oh, yes, that's fine.
Thank you. Oh, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, so the next person that I have is going to be Ari White versus Tyrone Lee. Ari White versus Tyrone Lee. I see no one by either of those names, and we'll come back to that case shortly. Okay. Um, Going back to position one, Ms. Hoyt, if do you have do you not have the ability to use your camera? And I might not be pronouncing your name. Okay, there you are. Um, and I can't hear you. Let's see. Are you able to unmute yourself?
Are you able to unmute and explain your shirt, please, ma'am? Ma'am? Looks like Cat's cradle got lost on your chest. What the fuck is that? God, has it even been 10 minutes and I'm swearing already? Oh, good, it has. Um, Seriously though, let's just watch this. This is the case that we're going to be talking about. Right now it is 9:01 a.m. for me. I know that sounds late, but it's not. I have the pills in my hand that I'm supposed to take. I got to take them. We got to take them. She's a Disney process, that's for damn sure these hands. Vote too, you guys. See, I started in the morning just so that I could say I did that. Mm. No, she's not a princess. She's a process for sure, these hands. Okay. Um, I swear to God. Anyways, this case is not funny. It's quite serious, but just quite interesting. Also, there's a really, really, really weird negotiated settlement that we're going to hear about in the middle here, which I just think is fascinating. So, let's continue. Let's get this done before we have to the judge's clock is the only one that matters. The judge and mine. Let's get this going. Yes, everybody can come in off the porch and make sure to clock in. Actually, we have like perfect clocking in attendance right now. So, woo.
Okay,
Can
so
you hear me
this,
now, Your
yes,
Honor?
that's fine.
Yes,
Are
ma'am.
you able to raise your right hand?
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
swear and affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
State your name for the record.
Tasha Shante Hoyt.
Okay, Ms. Foyet, how did you get the address that you gave us for the defendant?
Um, it was given to me by her husband.
Okay, when you say her husband, is this her current husband or estranged husband?
I guess they still together. I'm really not sure, Your Honor.
Okay, and when did he give you this address?
A while back,
Was a while back.
about 3 years ago.
Okay. Um, do you have any knowledge of if they still reside at that location currently?
I'm not for sure, but I do have another case in Clayton County. That's where she resided, and that's coming up May 23rd. So I'm not for sure what's going on.
Okay.
It is a
You say you have another case in Clayton County. Are you a case that you filed against her or that she's filed against you or something else?
no. I filed against her.
Okay. And you say that it's in Clayton County. Do you think she lives in Clayton County?
Yes, that's where she resides.
That's based on the address that you have from 3 years ago.
Yes.
Has she appeared at the Clayton County matter?
No, it is coming up May 23rd, and we go before the judge in person.
Okay. Have you appeared in court on any of the matters yet?
No, no, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'm gonna reset
Is it
this matter until after the Clayton County matter. What
okay?
type of case is that? Is that a protective order or is that a criminal matter
Uh,
or a civil matter?
civil. It's a civil.
Okay, so I'm gonna reset this case, until after that matter to see if she appears for that, to make sure we can get an updated address, for that matter. Did you serve her on the civil matter?
Yes. So she answered. She answered it. I think 5/3,
What is
2020.
the address that she provided on the civil service, answer? Do you have a copy of the answer?
Yes, ma'am. I do.
Is the address that she put on her answer for the civil case the same as the address you gave us?
Yes, I believe it is the three.
Well, no, don't say it out loud. We're on live.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes,
I
yes.
just need you to look at the address and make absolutely certain that the address is the same address that you gave us.
Okay. I believe so. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And is a house or is an apartment?
It's a house.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Are you able to type in the chat feature?
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
type in the chat feature just so I can make sure I can verify the address that she has on her answer for the civil lawsuit?
Okay.
Okay, and that's what she wrote down as her address on the answer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and just so I'm clear, is there a place where they can write the address that they want it, or is it a place where it just lists the address that you put on the lawsuit?
No, it's where she answered and then listed the address after.
Okay, in her
writing.
own handwriting.
Yes.
Okay. And Madam Clerk, do we know whenever we sent out the notice for today's court hearing?
Yes, Judge Munger. It was mailed out on April 9th, 2023. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. This is, oh yeah, that's it. April 9th, 2023.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and let's see. Are you suing her for the same matter as this, or is that a different matter?
No, for this one, I would say
So it's a different matter that you're suing her for?
yes, Your Honor. Yes, it
Are there
is.
any lawsuits or criminal cases that she has against you, or lawsuits that she has against you, or is it just you with cases against her?
Yes, just me a case against her.
Okay, and then
That I
hold
that
on one second.
okay.
Do you have any witnesses to what occurred in this particular matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hold on one second. I didn't ask another question yet. Are those people with you, or are they going to be able to call in today?
My daughters are here. My kids are here.
How old are the children?
My oldest is 23. I have a set of twins, boy and girl. They're 18.
Did all three of them witness the incident?
Yes.
Okay. And all three of them are present or able to testify today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I will need all of them to go into another room and close the door where they are not able to see or hear you and not watch or listen to this recording in any way. Let
Yes.
me know once that's taken care of.
Okay. Him say yes. Yes, ma'am.
No, I was telling her that you all need to go in a separate room from her.
Yeah. Yeah, we are in the separate room from her.
Okay, well, I don't need to talk to you guys. I need to talk to her.
Oh, okay. She don't want to talk to you. She don't want to talk to us. Yes. I'm so sorry, Ellen. I'm sorry.
All right, so I just need to make sure that they are in a separate room and the door is closed and they're not able to hear what is going on in your room.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so they are in a separate room
Yes,
and the door is closed,
yes,
and you believe that they're unable to hear what is going on.
yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Were there any witnesses other than your children?
Yes, Your Honor. My neighbors.
Okay. And how do you know the person?
Um,
Do you know her? Is she a stranger or is she someone that you know?
Janice.
Yes.
Yes, she is.
How do you know her?
I don't. I
So
don't
she
know
is a
her.
stranger.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So what you are here for today and you are under oath for is alleged battery that allegedly occurred on, let's see, May 30th, 2020 at 11:30 a.m. or so. You allege that she caused visible bodily harm to you by scratching and punching you. So I need to hear what happened on that date and what precipitated the physical act. You can go ahead and begin.
Yes, Your Honor. And the accident occurred on May 3rd, 2020.
May 3rd or May 30th?
May 3rd.
Okay, the incident where she hit you and punched you and scratched you, okay, occurred on May 3rd?
No, bit me. She bit me down to my nerve in my right hand.
That was on May 3rd, not May 30th, is what I'm asking.
Yes, yes, Your Honor. May 3rd, 2020.
Okay, so that was a typo or an error on our part for May 30th.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
What happened on May 3rd?
I had went out. At that time it was COVID. I had went to the Family Dollar store, came back, and my girls left out again in my car to go get some disinfectant spray. So Mr. Terry was on his way to my apartment to get some things out of his truck, which him and her had been having altercations. I don't know what happened, whatever, but she ended up following him. So the same
Who
morning,
was Mr. Terry to you?
he used to cut my son's hair.
Okay, so Mr. Terry knows this person.
Yes, it's his wife. Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Terry is the person who cuts your son's hair.
Yes, he was at the time. Yes, Your Honor.
And what was his reason for coming to your home on that date?
He had left his truck parked at my house. Where he spent the night at that Saturday night, I don't know. It wasn't with me. I assume it was with her. And
Okay. Like, I listened to this the first time. First of all, I didn't notice her damn shirt, right? I love that, Jacqueline, that you thought it was a ice cream cone. And then what is Amanda saying? Her shirt is a fabric example of Bakhmut right now. I don't even know what that is. It's too early, and I haven't had any TV or any TV. I haven't had any coffee. Listen, the weather on the island is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's sunny outside. Um, but what I want, hi, looking at legal stuff. Thank you so much for being here. What I want you guys to remember, first of all, Judge face looks funny right now. Second of all, how much did anybody react to that? Okay. If anybody tells me that somebody bit them to the nerve, we have way more questions than the date, right? So I'm just like, it's just funny to me. This hearing, just wait for it because the judge shows this woman no mercy. She treat just keeping in mind this woman is wearing an upside down lace ice cream cone Ukrainian flag shirt that um is holding in her tatas, and she was bit to the bone, or no, bit to the nerve. Let's just see how the judge treats her. She's the victim supposedly, right? Anyways, let's continue.
but
Well,
this
no,
is
I'm not. So he
man.
came to your house to pick up his truck. Did he
Yes,
stay at your home or he stayed somewhere else?
yes, to obtain some items out of his truck. Correct.
He
So
spent the night, you said, at your home?
no, no, Your Honor. I'm not
His
sure.
truck was parked at your home.
Yes, that's
And
correct.
you don't know why his truck was parked at your home.
No, he parked it there. I told him it was okay for him to park the truck there.
When did you tell him that? The third or the day before?
His truck had been parked there a couple of days
Okay, and do you know why he had left it there for a couple of days?
because him and his wife had got into it.
Did he tell you? Did he tell you anything else, or he just told you he wanted to park his car because he was fighting with his wife?
Correct. Yes, Your Honor.
Did he tell you any additional details, or was that the extent of what he told you?
That's it. That they had some issues, and he asked. Like I said, we are friends. I have been knowing him for a while. He's been cutting my twin boy's hair since he was 8 years old. So I've known him for a minute. So I told him yes because, like I said, I don't bother
Well,
him.
you don't have to tell me why. I just was asking what he did with the car. So he came and he parked his car and left it there for a few days, and then on May 3rd, he came to pick some items up from the car.
Correct.
Who was at the house whenever? And then what? Well, tell me what happened after he came to get his items.
Okay, so in the meantime, as he was traveling to my house, my girls had called me, my two daughters, like I said, they had left when I got back. So my girls called me and asked me where was Mr. TC at. They called him Mr. TC, Terry. And I said, well, he said he was gonna stop by and get some stuff out of his truck. And so they was like, well, we just saw his wife riding really, really fast. We passed her. So I guess she was following him. So I called him and told him just don't come in the complex, whatever you need, I go in the truck and get it out and just bring it to the shop to you. Don't come in. So he just playing stupid, like he didn't know what I was saying. Because she's following you. And that's what it was. So by the time he pulls on up to his truck, here she comes around the curb where we stayed, ride really fast in the BMW. So I was standing there, like the way my complex is made, it's like it come up. So I was just telling her, don't come over here. Because she's been to my house previously before. The first time she ran up in my house behind him. So I guess it's every time she follows him. The second time she knocked on the door and told my neighbors that she was that she was my cousin from out of town.
You can't tell me what she told anybody else unless they're here to testify. Or I'm
Yes,
gonna hear from them later on today.
sorry, but I'm just saying, just previous
Well,
time.
I don't want to know about previous. I want to know what happened on May 3rd.
Okay, and so like I said, when she pulled in, she tried to hit me with the car. So I'm telling her, no, don't come over here. Just stay away. But she came on up anyway. She got out the car and she started cursing me out, telling me that was her husband. I said, okay, I understand that. Both of y'all just leave from over here. This is a quiet neighborhood. I have neighbors. So she just out loud this and that. So that's when he had pulled up to his car, but he was already, because he didn't listen to me when I told him, don't come up to my apartment. So he had pulled on up in his car to the truck. So that's when he saw me and her in a little argument. And so that's when he ran. She got back in the car and tried to hit him with the car. So that's when he caught her. And then my neighbor, but like you said, I can't say that. They all came out, but they're not here. Only my kids. And they got heated. So
So that's not telling me what happens. I don't need you to tell me what you think happened. I need you to tell me what you saw. So what she did, you don't need to tell me that she almost hit you. You need to tell me that she drove the car and it came within 5 feet of you or 2 feet of you. So I need to know. Hold on, I'm still talking. I need to know specifically what actually you saw, heard, or looked at. I need you to tell me what happened, not your summary of what happened. So she pulled up and the car did exactly what and where were you standing, etc., so I can understand what was going on.
Yes, I was standing at the road of my apartment.
Okay. And how close did she come to you?
It was close. It was within 5 feet, Your Honor.
And was she still on the road or did she drive on the grass or?
She drove. It's like a little hill, a slight hill. You come up and around to my apartment complex.
Was she on the roadway or on
Yeah,
pavement?
it was on the road, pavement, into the grass where I was standing on the grass.
Okay, she came into the grass. Is what I was asking. Did she come? Was she on the roadway the whole time, or did she come onto the grass?
She came onto the grass.
How far did she drive up onto the grass?
It's about 5 feet, 5 feet away from me.
Okay. And then what happened whenever she drove up?
When she drove up, she got out of her car and was cussing me out. And, like she wanted to fight me and jump on me and stuff.
What did she say to you?
BITCH, this is my MF husband. He done stayed with me all night and yada yada, licked on my, what I said. I don't care about that, ma'am. Just you and your husband, please leave from over here. Both of you leave from over here. But she didn't do that. She said wherever her husband could be, she could be.
Okay. Did she do anything at that time, or what did she do after that?
That's when she got back in her car and drove it up the hill a little more, and that's when he saw us in the little argument, and then she tried to hit him with the car.
Okay, well, we're not here about what she did to him. So what else did she do to you?
She bit me down to my hand. She bit me in my hand.
When did that happen? So she pulls up, she's on the grass, she sees him, she gets back in her vehicle, and what does she do? You said what does she do next?
She picked up a rock and throwed it. Like I said, I can't say everything I'm trying to say because my neighbors are not here. Because they sent all the stuff.
Well, I don't.
Okay.
I don't want to know what anyone else saw. I'm not talking about what anyone else saw. I'm listen to me. No. Listen. Listen is an active verb. You listen, not talk. Listen. What I need you to do is tell me what was done, what was said, not what someone else told you, not what you thought someone was thinking. I need you to tell me what she did. So she pulled up on the grass. She said the things that you already told me that she said to you. She got back in her car. She drove toward, I'm still talking. So what I need you to do is, because you keep talking over me, so that makes me understand that you're not listening to me. If you're talking when I'm talking, if you're talking when I'm talking, it is impossible to hear what I'm trying to say. And I'm being very specific with you because I need you to be very specific with me. So what I need you to do is, just like I'm going back over all of what you said, I need to know play by play exactly what happened, not necessarily what other people said or did, but what she said and what she did. So all I'm making sure is that I have it correct first before we move on next. I want to make sure that I'm correct. So what I have thus far is that she drove on the grass within a few feet of you. She then got out of the car and said the things, I won't repeat them, what you just said that she said to you. Mr. Terry drove up. She got back into her car and then drove towards him, and then tell me what happened from there. And don't tell me what you think they thought or what you think they were thinking. Just tell me what you saw or heard them do and say.
Yeah, it's just Your Honor, yes. So after that happened, like I said, I asked them to leave. They would not leave. So I'm gonna try to go around it. That's when she picked up a rock and tried to hit me with the rock.
Okay, then, so she went, you said she's chased after him. So I'm trying to figure out when she came back to your house. So I'm not there yet. You said that she saw him. Did she get in her car and drive somewhere? Or did she what did she do? So he pulls up.
No, he was already there. He was already there up to his truck obtaining some items.
So he was already there whenever she initially drove up.
Yes, she was already there. But by him not believing what I was telling him.
No, I'm not asking you again what he thought or what you thought. So you're still being confusing. So I don't understand just listen. Was he already at your house the first time that you saw her on May 3rd?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's why he was in his, just a yes or no question.
Yes.
Just listen to what I'm saying and then answer exactly what I'm saying. He was there. What was he doing? What did you see him doing whenever she pulled up?
He was obtaining some items out of his truck. So
did she pull up initially to him, or did she pull up initially and come towards and start speaking to you?
When she came over there, when she turned in, she tried to hit me with the car within 5 feet up on the grass.
She drove up on the grass and came towards you. Where were you standing in relation to where his truck was?
Yeah, he was already at his truck.
I didn't ask you that. I asked you where you were standing in relation to his truck.
It was some feet. It was some feet away. About 15, 20 feet away.
You were 15 or 20 feet away from his truck. Where was his truck parked? Was it on the street, on the driveway?
In the parking lot.
In the parking lot. And you were 15 feet away from his car standing in the grass.
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
When she drove up, she drove towards you first in the grass.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did she say she started cussing and yelling at you before she said anything to him?
Yes, Your Honor.
While she's doing this, what did she do after she initially cussed at you? What was the next thing that she did after she started cussing at you?
Got back in her car, drove up the hill while I'm still standing there to where he was. And that's the point I'm trying to make. She like to hit him with the car. I hate to keep saying it like that. Then that's when she got out of her car. After she tried to hit him, she took a rock and threw it at him. So then she took the same rock and threw it at me.
She threw a rock, went and picked it back up, and then threw it again at you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Was Mr. Terry's vehicle visible from where she pulled from where her car pulled up towards you in the grass. Can you see his car from that place?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Um,
So it's probably
so,
about
and
a
you
20.
said she drove up a hill, and he was only 15 feet away from you. So she just drove 15 feet up the hill?
Yes, yes, Your Honor. Because the way my apartments are made, well, I used to say, well, you come up a hill a little and you come around to all the buildings. So it's like a little driveway and you just circle like a little roundabout and you just come
So
back out.
she didn't drive very far at all. Your case basically saying she drove about 2 or 3 car lengths up to where
Yes,
he was.
yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And then she got out of her vehicle.
Again, picked up a rock
Where was the rock that she picked up?
on the side because that little roundabout area is like with trees and rocks.
How big was the rock?
Yes.
How big was the rock?
It was a big rock.
I don't know what that means. How big was the rock?
Was bigger than a grapefruit.
About the size of a grapefruit. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And she threw it at his car, and then she picked it up and then threw it at your car. What happened after that?
Threw it at me, not my car.
Threw it at you. Did it make contact with you?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Okay, I would like to get in the
Okay.
chat.
Where did the rock hit you?
It was so far from hitting my face.
So it missed your face.
Yes.
Okay, so she didn't hit you with the rock.
It touched my shoulder. Yes.
It touched your shoulder. Did it leave a bruise?
Yes. My whole right side, my arm is messed up.
Well, again, what did it leave a bruise? I guess the question.
Yes, it left a bruise.
Okay, how big was the bruise and at what part of your body?
A little bit over a quarter, my right shoulder.
So it's about the size of a quarter?
Yes.
Okay. Was there any, did you go to the doctor about that?
Yes, I did.
What did they diagnose what occurred with your shoulder?
I have neuropathy to my nerves.
Okay. How close was she to you when she threw the rock at you?
Probably about 5 feet away.
Okay. Was anyone present that saw her throw the rock at you that you are aware of?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who was there at the time she threw the rock at you?
My neighbor in 42C and my neighbors in 42G.
Did anyone else see her throw the rock at you?
And my kids, my son was there.
You have one son or two sons, you said?
I had one son and
Okay,
two girls.
two girls. Okay, so your son actually saw it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Did she do anything else physical to you after throwing the rock at you?
Yes, she bit me down to my nerve in my right
She
hand.
threw the rock at you, hit you in the shoulder. What did you do? And whenever she threw the rock at you?
She got away because her husband had caught her. She got away.
What did you do whenever she threw the rock?
Hey, she came at me.
No,
so
no, no. You're not listening to what I'm asking. I'm going to need you to listen to my question and then just answer the question. Whenever she came at you and threw the rock at you, what was your response once she threw the rock at you? Did you do anything?
Yes, when she threw the rock at me, she came at me. So yes,
What was your response?
I had to fight her. She grabbed me and I grabbed her. So yes.
What did you do? So she threw the rock, then did she hit you again, or did you hit her at that point?
She came at me and hit me. And then we got into it.
Okay, so she threw the rock at you, and then did she punch you, kick you, scratch you, slap you?
Back.
She punched you where?
She punched me in a lot of places.
Where was the first place that she punched you?
I'm not for sure where the first place was. I can't remember, Your Honor.
Okay. So she threw the rock at you, and then she continued coming at you and punched you?
Yes. And I punched her back. So I guess in the meantime, with me punching her, and I didn't know, she bit me down.
So during the fight that ensued is when she bit you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Is your son available?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can tell him to come in the room.
Okay.
I see that the positions are back for position 2. Counsel, was there an announcement?
Hold on, Judge, and I know we are on tight time here. We're gonna make this work before Credence and Mikey. The child, I'm gonna have to do on the fly. I don't think it's a kid. I think this kid is of age now, so we'll be fine. So far, do we believe her story about the rock, the bite, the rock? Um, yeah. Anyways, uh, like I said at the beginning, you guys are going to be disappointed a little bit in this. I think it was worth the watch anyways, but just listen. Also, coming up right now is the very, very, very interesting negotiated settlement that I really wish we had heard because it sounds juicy. Just listen.
On your case?
Yes, Your Honor, there is.
Is there a resolution, or was it going to need a hearing?
Yes, no, yes, Your Honor, there was a resolution.
What is the resolution?
The resolution is for my client, Ms. Jordan, to give a verbal apology to the child in question here, Dylan, and a written apology to her parents, and for them to continue in their teacher-student relationship, but in a respectful manner.
Okay. And then it will be dismissed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And so let me have Ms. Booker, if you don't mind raising your right hand for me and unmute yourself. Do you swear and affirm your testimony will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
And if you could state your name for the record.
Jasmine Booker.
Okay, Ms. Booker, counsel just let me know that you've agreed to dismiss the case if there is a verbal and written apology. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for resolving that and working that out. Thank you, counsel, for appearing. Have a good rest of the day. Everybody is excused, and I will put that dismissal with those conditions in the system. And then you can get a copy of that at a later point in time if you like it.
Yes, Judge. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, is your son in the room yet?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you need to have him be able to sit where we can see him as well.
Okay.
Both of you will need to be there.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, I swear.
Okay, state your name for the record.
Ontario Lavelle Blackstone Jr.
Dontario.
Lavelle Blackstone Jr.
Okay, thank you. And I will need your mom to be in the same. I need to be able to see both of y'all. I don't know if y'all can move the camera back a little bit so I can see both of you at the same time. Okay. All right. There we go. Perfect. Okay. And Dontario, do you recall any incident between your mother and another woman that occurred on May 3rd of 2020?
Yes, ma'am.
How old were you back then?
I was 17 years old.
17, okay. And if you could just tell me in your own words what you actually saw and what you heard on May 3rd.
Yes, ma'am. So basically, my mom came in the room, got me. I was asleep. She came in the room, got me, came outside. She was bleeding out of her hand. And when I went outside, the lady was in her car driving. She was getting out the car. Then she said some words that I didn't remember. And when she said some words, she said to me, if you want to come out here and get some, you can get some too. And after that, my mom came outside again, and she came near my mom about 10 feet. And then she said some bad words that I cannot speak. And then they began to fight again.
Okay. You said your mom woke you up and her hand was bleeding at the time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When you say they started to fight again, was it physical fighting or just words?
Physical.
Do you know who's hit who first?
Yes, ma'am. The lady hit my mom first because her husband was holding her back, and she got away around my mom, and they began to fight.
Okay. So thank you. You can step back out where she can't hear you. Okay, and just let me know once he's out of the room.
Yes, Your Honor, he's out.
Okay. Do you have anyone that saw so he didn't see whenever she threw the rock and whenever she initially hit you?
Yes, Your Honor, correct.
The only people that saw that were your neighbors?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you able to get them to testify?
Yes, Your Honor. They sent statements in.
I can't look at a statement. I have to be able to talk to them and ask them questions.
Okay.
Would they be available for a Zoom?
Now?
I can reset it if you need time to talk to them, to have them come in, but I would need to talk to them first.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay.
Do you think they'll need time?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Madam Clerk, let me ask this. What is available? What's the earliest I have available?
And they spend the next 2 minutes choosing the next date. If you can believe me, they literally figured out nothing to do with that case. But I have marked the date in my calendar. It is in like the 22nd of May. I'm glad to see you all here. I really, really want to thank you for coming by. I am really wanting you guys to go visit Credence and Mikey, who are on at 1:05 Eastern on the Credence and Mikey channel. That's probably where I'll be going to hang out shortly. If this is channel that you haven't seen yet, Credence and Mikey, you got to get on it. They are awesome. Also, if we could get her shirt, I would like a copy or a version for myself as well. Yeah, that'd be great. I just heard somebody peeling out. It's so early in the morning for that kind of behavior, people. Anyways, I am so glad that you were all here this morning. Oh, the link. Yes, good idea. Let me find. Well, do they have a link up yet? Can somebody put a Credence and Mikey link in? Pretty please. Pretty please. There we go. Thank you, Carrie. Um, and people in court, can we drop a link for you? Are you out of YouTube jail? Is YouTube Daddy nice for you? Nice yet? My measurements. You don't need measurements for that shirt. That shirt is a one size fit all shirt. I guarantee it. You just expand it. So, anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I will be back on later tonight, but go check out Credence and Mikey, Time Served, looking at legal stuff, people in court. That is the way I see it. These are all excellent channels, and that's how I get through my day, anyways. Please remember, don't throw rocks at people, and don't bite people, and don't wear that shirt. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. See you over at Credence and Mikey. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.